Okay, good day, guys. As always, good day to you all. Welcome back to the Formula Sports channel. Today we're gonna be talking Reggae Girlz. You know, that big upcoming game, that big upcoming Reggae Girlz game, World Cup qualification. You know, game taking place between the Reggae Girlz and Cayman on Saturday. Right, we're gonna talk about that. That's the main topic of discussion. Gentle reminder, as always, smash like button and also subscribe to the channel. You know, free and easy ways to support the channel, free and easy ways to give the youth them a strength. I saw a video with what appears to be a particular reggae boy being arrested. Now, I cannot confirm who that individual is. It does appear to be, it appears to most of us anyway, to be a particular individual. But I will say this much, though, I wish him all the best, right? Won't really comment on that situation because I don't know much about it. I don't know anything about it. But apart from the video that I just saw, right? But on Reggae Boys commentary side, right? Big up Reggae Boys commentary. But yeah, so hopefully everything works out with that particular individual. Seeing it does appear to be a particular reggae boy, but I won't call his name, right? Because you know that cannot be confirmed as to whether it is indeed him that has been arrested, but it appears to be him. All right. So let's talk about the Reggae Girlz. But we wish that particular reggae boy all the best. Hopefully everything works out for him. The Reggae Girlz, I think they arrived in Cayman. It looks as if it was yesterday, right? For that big upcoming World Cup qualifying game that is taking place in Cayman, and then the Dominican game will be taking place here in Jamaica. You guys see the squad on the screen. I was a little bit like I was wondering where was the squad, because the squad was announced officially yesterday. Officially, it was announced yesterday, right? We heard chirpings as to who was in and out, and obviously we saw the pictures on the Instagram of the Jamaica Football Federation that would have confirmed most of the players that would have been in the squad. Obviously, from the pictures, we could tell that a Marlo Sweatman had made a return, right? But an official squad was dropped yesterday. I was wondering how it was taking them so long to drop the official squad, but there it is, guys, on your screen, right? And you guys see the goalkeepers, you guys see the defenders, you guys see the midfielders, you guys see the forwards. I did a preview yesterday on Crystal's channel, Talawa TV. Big up Talawa as always, big channel. And we basically did a very in-depth preview, right? So I won't do a preview because I did share that particular preview in my community tab. But we'll just be talking about, you know, some stuff leading up to the big game in this particular video. As I said in that particular preview, you know, the defense seems to be a little bit of an issue, right? The defense seems to be a bit thin. I don't know if you guys agree with my assessment, but in my humble opinion, that's the real issue that I have with the defense. Defenders that would have signed the last window that we don't see in this particular window, players like Bon Flaza. I don't know what is the reason for her omission. And also, you know, I don't know if is it a case that the gaffer was not impressed by Bon Flaza, right? I like Bon Flaza, and Bon Flaza is an icon in our Reggae Girlz football. We all know of that iconic moment involving Bon Flaza in the you know, in the campaign that got us to the you know, our first World Cup. She did make a terrible mistake in the Grenada game that would have led to us conceding a goal. I don't know if that was the reason why the gaffer said, boy, when I know about Bon Flaza, probably it's just for say, oh, you need to drop your socks. You made this error. I don't know if it's a case where she could even make the trip. I don't know. But Bon Flaza is not in it. But I like Bon Flaza. Bon Flaza is a good player. I am a fan of Dominic Bon Flaza. And I think apart from the mistake on the goal, and some inconsistent crossing, right? I think she was a live wire down the right when she featured last window and played well. Another noticeable defensive absentee, right? And I'm talking specifically about players that featured in the last windows, defenders that featured in the last window, but is not in this window, is also Keen. Remember Keen who scored that rocket against Grenada? Yes, she's not in the picture as well. I don't know why. What's the reason for her omission as well? And then you have other noticeable defensive absentees who, were not in last window and who are not in this window either, right? So, there are obviously defensive reinforcements that will come into the picture. It would have been nice to have seen them in the mix for, all the qualifying games, those particular players. But, that's the main concern for me right now, looking at the squad. Yes, defensive reinforcements are out there, but they are not in the current squad. The defense in this particular squad, for me personally, is looking a little bit thin, right? Yeah, so things we would like to see in this particular window from the Reggae Girlz. I want to talk about that as well. Before we get into that, for starters, it's good to see that Bailey and Spence are in it, right? Paige, Bailey, Gale, and Spence have made returns to the national team. It is good to see that their documents were sorted. It would be a damn shame and a damn disgrace if these two ladies were, their documents were not sorted for this particular window, having featured for the Reggae Girlz from as far back as in the latter stages of 2021, right? There's another Reggae girl. I can't remember her name though, off the top of my head. She's another one that I know that her documents are being looked after. I don't see her in the squad, right? I don't see her in the squad, so I don't know what is taking place with her. But at least Paige Bailey and Drew Spence, their documents have been sorted. It would have been an ideal scenario to have had these girls feature in the last window and blend and gel more with the team and get more used to their new gaffer Vin Blaine, right? That would have been the ideal circumstance. I can't understand why that was not the case, but at least the JFF eventually got it right. Better late than never. Hopefully, the Canada game can be used as a game where we can get everything together, get the team settled, right, for the upcoming big finale sort of game against the Dominican Republic. So it's good to see that those ladies, have been included, right? Especially like for instance, Drew Spence is a midfielder as well. And I know many of us were complaining the last window. The midfield was looking a little bit thin as well. We were using a forward in Kayla McCoy as a CDM, right? To be fair to her, she did a fantastic job. That girl is technically gifted. Seen, but in an ideal world, you want players playing their rightful positions, right? So hopefully going forward, when I say a bag of makeshifts. Seen, the end product is something we have to talk about in terms of things we'd like to see in this particular window. The end product has to improve. The end product has to improve. We saw in the game against Bermuda, the final passes were poor. We could have decimate Bermuda if the final passes were better. And then in the Grenada game, the final balls and the final passes, why? The final passes would have improved in the Grenada game, but the finishing was poor. End product has definitely given our Reggae Girlz a beating in this particular window. And a lot of the criticism surrounding the girls' performances, right, I think it is exaggerated because the performances have not looked as dominant as I think they were because we didn't score as many goals as we should have or as many thought expected us to do. And the reason why we didn't score as many goals was not, I mean, I would be worried if we weren't creating the chances, but we were creating the chances. The problem is that, especially in the Grenada game, we were creating a ton load of chances because of the improvement in the final passes, but the finishing, really, we would like to see that from our Reggae Girlz. Improved, better quality finishing. Can't be constantly missing sitters, man. You can't get it come like the Reggae Girlz get 20 sitters in the game versus Grenada and only stitch 6 goals. So we'd like to see that definitely needs to improve going forward. The performances have not been as bad as people have made them out to be, but the score lines just have not been as big as we expected because of the poor end product, the poor finishing. Defensive transition was also shown up a bit in the Grenada game. We could have done better in defensive transition. There were some occasions where Grenada looked a little bit too dangerous for our liking in their attacking transition, and we looked a little bit vulnerable, right, on certain occasions in our defensive transition. So that, we would definitely like to see that improve. We'd like to see that in this particular window. We want to see a dominant display against Dominican Republic. It is not enough for the girls to beat Dominican Republic, in my humble opinion, right? In order to fully reassure fans, right, of the serious possibility, or to reassure fans, to let them know that the World Cup dream is a realistic, it's not just a dream. Like, it's reality. The girls are good enough to get back to the World Cup and make it a consecutive World Cup appearance, right? I think it would be very reassuring to Reggae Girlz fans, and even very reassuring to the girls, and help them with their confidence if they not only beat the Dominican Republic, but beat them convincingly and have a relatively dominant display against the Dominican Republic. A tough little team. We need to treat it as a final. It is indeed a final. More than likely, we'll have to win that game to go through to the next round, because to go through to the next round, you have to top the group. Seeing if we win that game, especially if it's a dominant performance, me I gotta say this right now. If we win that game and have a dominant performance against Damrep, I think we are going to the next World Cup. When you look at the next round, right, 6 of the 8 teams in the next round would stand a realistic chance of getting to the World Cup. Remember, half the teams in the next, whoever qualifies to the next round, 4 of those 8 teams will get an automatic berth, right? And a further 2, the third place finishers in both groups, will qualify for the Intercontinental playoffs, right? I am willing to stick my neck out on the line and say, if we beat them, but also have a dominant display against Damrep, we will be getting to the next World Cup. But it's a game that we have to take very, very seriously. This Damrep team is good enough to capitalize and exploit a bad day for the Reggae Girlz, right? So we have to treat it as a grand finale. Seeing, quickly though, I did pick a starting 11 on Crystal's channel and Talawa TV. The only thing I didn't pick was a left back, and Crystal had suggested Tierney. I think it's Tierney, her name is. Yeah. Crystal had suggested her, that she, could be in the mix as well. I don't see her name here, but I think she's in the squad, man. Yeah, man. So I don't think her name is here. Well, yeah, see there. Tierney Wiltshire. Seen? So forward line, Khadija Bonisha, Kayla McCoy. And I picked Paige Bailey Gale. But it could either be Paige Bailey Gale or Tiffany Cameron. I might switch that. I go with Tiffany Cameron. So I go have my front line being Bonisha, Tiffany Cameron and Kayla McCoy, the impressive Kayla McCoy from Rangers. You know, I'm going with a 4-3-3. The midfield three, I would have Asha. I will have Sade with a last name we can't pronounce. And I will have Drew Spence, right? Drew Spence is an obvious, you know, inclusion in the midfield. Backline, the two Swaby sisters at centre back. I'd have Campbell at right back and I'd put Tierney at left back as Crystal advised me to do. Rebecca Spence would be my starting goalkeeper. So guys, we're eagerly anticipating that big game, Jamaica Reggae Girlz versus the Cayman Islands. We should win it, and we should win it convincingly. Hopefully the end product can improve. Smash like button, subscribe to the channel. Take care, stay safe, and until next time, guys.